Maybe your grandfather is not making pictures because he's not using a mobile.
But
so what does that mean?
Yes.
What does that mean? I mean, in Saliga, all the little boys are taking,
quick
getting
pictures.
beautiful pictures, because that's photography.
Yes.
And so if it's about the technical side of photography, I can teach that to someone in 2 days. And then what? You're a photographer? I'm saying you're a photographer anyway.
Yes.
But in my way, if you want to be the author of the work, you have to do a lot more work.
More than just click.
So I would say to, you know, if you said to me, I want to learn photography, where should I go? I would say first go to Xavier's, I think, and see if they have a comparative literature course.
Okay.
Study literature and then come to photography. Study cinema history, and then come to photography. So you bring something more to it.
It widens your perspective.
You can't just drop out of school and college and say, I'll be a photographer. Sure, you can say it, but then it's a limited scope.
Yeah, you're just kind of photocopying it, you're not
Absolutely, because it's so easy.
Yes.
You know, you can shut your eyes and walk around and you're bound to get 15, 20 good pictures in the day.
Yes. Yes, that's interesting. And how did you, like most people print and keep their photographs in albums and things like that, but you took it a step further into book form. Which
I also keep my contact sheets.
The main one.
All of them. Everything I do, there are contact sheets. Like this is a contact sheet, which becomes like a diary of my life.
Okay.
And then I make prints, small prints.
Yes.
Then I make edits, sequence, sift throughout, and then a group emerges. Now whether it becomes a book or a projection or something else, I don't know in the beginning. But yes, I think of myself essentially as a bookmaker.
Bookmaker, I read that and it's good, it's nice. I too love books, but today with all this digital world, you find more and more people going to tabs and to electronic media. So it's losing out all over. It's losing out all over. Your Go Away Closer, could you tell us a little bit about how that came to be? And
do you mean the exhibition at Hayward?
The exhibition at Hayward, yes. And the collection for that exhibition. Did you plan towards it or how did you?
The Go Away Closer exhibition at the Hayward Gallery was meant to be a retrospective.
Okay.
And I was fine with that. It's a great honor to be invited to the Hayward Gallery. And it was wonderful. But I had a brilliant curator there. And somehow with her support and in conversation with her, I was able to put across a completely new form, which I now call the Museum Bhavan, which are these 8 wooden structures that have about 100 images in them, and about 30, 40 can be displayed, and the rest is the reserve collection. So there's a museum of embraces, a museum of little ladies, museum of machines, and I've made a labyrinth out of them. So they are all, you go into this space and we don't even know what to call it because it's a form that sort of emerged. So it's something else now, I don't know, it could be photo sculpture, it could be photo architecture. So what's interesting is Go Away Closer was supposed to be a retrospective of looking at all my past work, and actually it became a prospective because it presented all the new work or a completely new direction for me. And I think for my medium as well.
Yeah, and the name Go Away Closer.
Go Away Closer is like it's the story of my life, you know, it's Go Away Closer is this. Can't live with you, can't live without you. It's what happens with our parents. It's certainly what happens with your partners. It's what happens with children. And the cycle continues, and so much of life has been that, you know, this push and pull. And I thought photography, if one wants to get into the philosophy of it, photography does that, because it's telling you that this is real, I recorded something, but you know that it's over, that the moment has passed, that everything is changing, that it's all changed. So I thought it worked at both levels. My relationship with photography, photography itself, and my relationship with the world.
How do you find the, now that you've had this showing abroad, and you've done, I think, quite a few abroad as well. In Germany you had something, and in India as well you've been showing your works around. Do you find there's a difference in the audience there and the audience here? The people, how do they receive your works? Are they more critical here or there? Or is it around the same?
You know, there's not so much of a difference now, because I'm trying to push. I'm not trying, it just so happens that I'm pushing the limits. So that is not a comfortable space for anyone there or here. You know, so they come to the Hayward Gallery and they say, oh, but I love to look at your pictures on the wall. Why do I have to look at them in these structures? I want to look at one image at a time. How should I look at 40 images at a time? I make blue book, the blue images, and they say, oh, but you made such beautiful black and white. But I think that's okay, that's just the way, that's what it means to be an artist, no? You push and you push, and you can't really worry about what people are thinking or what they're saying.
But people say good things about you. If I may, I think Mr. Sangvi has put it pretty nicely when he said that she takes what is simple, even ordinary, and smashes heart into it to make it something novel, poignant, atmospheric as a nostalgic bomb, breath-halting.
Oh my God.
That's something to
That's
say
really
about it.
something.
Yes. So this journey now you've spoken of, and this, you know, how you've grown from that time when you met Mr. Zakir Hussain till now. How, was it easy? Was it difficult or something like that?
How can it be easy? It can never be easy. Because you're pushing all the time, all the time. I think it'll only be easy the day I drop dead. Because I will always want to do more. I can never, and I learned that from Zakir. And I think 2 years ago when I was in the Venice Biennale and he saw my work there, so he sent a message saying, you know, beautiful or something like that. And because I've known him since I was 18, I said, oh, I've become a star myself, you know, because he was always the star and I was the photographer. And he said, I hope you don't take that too seriously, because the day you start to believe that is the day to call it quits.
Wow.
So I know that very well. So it doesn't matter. I mean, it's very nice. It's very nice and very humbling when somebody would say, you know, those amazing words. But I can't take it seriously.
And you must have had your fair share of rejection.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, all the time. And I think if I don't have that rejection, then I think something is wrong. So if everybody had said, oh, this is amazing, we love this, then I know I'm slipping into mediocrity. Because it's something that's appealing to everyone. I want to push your limits of what you want from photography, what you think of photography. I want to challenge you. But if you say, oh, this is just wonderful, Dayanita, then I'm doing something wrong.
Before we call it a day, Dayanita, I'd like to ask you, in Goa today we've got a lot of budding photographers. A message not only to these, but also to the youth in general. A message from you, something that they can benefit from.
Read.
Yes.
Read. Read. I think it's so important. If I was education, you know, I mean, there's lots of things I would do, but I think it's so important to know literature. It's so, because we need experience, right? Yes. How do you build up experience at the age of 21? Why bother? Exactly. Yes. Literature will give you so much experience. True. If I knew Shakespeare when I made the family portraits, I think my portraits would have been quite different. So the camera is just the technical part. It's all about what's in your head. So I think literature is one way, travel is another way.
Okay.
And there are other ways that you have to find for yourself. But it's not photography. And
definitely not settling for the mediocre.
No, and also just knowing that it's not enough anymore. It's meaningless. What does it mean to say I'm a photographer today? What are you doing with those photographs? Can you make a sentence? Can you make a poem? Are you going to make a short story? Then we'll talk. Random, beautiful pictures, everybody can take. Everybody. Bring me all the phones of people in this room, I will put up a show in an hour. Yes, because somewhere, and you know, like the cameraman, it's impossible that I don't find 30 images on his phone right now. Or since he's a cameraman, probably 300.
Maybe more, yes. So it's just putting it together.
So he's not the photographer then? Only I'm the photographer? No. Things have changed. Photography is the universal language now. It's not enough. It's like saying I speak English.
That's
nice.
True. That's
nice you
true.
Speak English.
Good English, yes, that's true. Well, it was really nice speaking to you, and I'm sure the reason why I asked you this question is we've got quite a lot of viewers, young viewers, who would be able to, you know, take something from what we've heard you say, and not just watch the TV for the purpose of watching TV and use their mobiles for the purpose of clicking, as you rightly said.
Yes, that's lovely.
So, thank you so very, very much, and thank you for being with us. Till we meet again in another episode of Gazali. Thank you very much. Keep watching Prudent.